faith, belief in action. Wish TV is sharing the stories of people who are guided by their faith from all religions, denominations, and walks of life, and in all the ways faith manifests itself. From the All Indiana Podcast Network, this is Finding Faith.
This theater company was started in 2005 by Ms. Sherri Brown-Webster. The faith-based company is built on Scripture, but reaches beyond that to all, and they hope to do that this year with their newest show, Simply Ella, as part of Indie Jazz Fest. Here with more, Executive Director Sherri Brown-Webster, Sandy Lomax, who plays Ella Fitzgerald in Simply Ella, as well as Marcy Owens, who plays young Ella. Thank you all for being here. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having us.
Let's start with the very basic. What led you to want to write a show about Ella Fitzgerald?
So I grew up with a lot of music in my home, and so my grandparents and my great-grandparents always have loved Ella Fitzgerald. So I said, someday when I get big and grown, I'm going to write a show about Ella Fitzgerald, and that's exactly what I did.
What are some of the things that maybe people don't know about Ella Fitzgerald? Because we know her obviously as a power voice and
yes,
beautiful woman.
Yeah, she's known as the First Lady of Song, and also people don't know like the actual what led to her stardom. I mean, she was abandoned by her father, she was raised by her mother and a stepfather, and then she became homeless. She actually ended up being a numbers runner. She ended up in reform school, and then one night she entered an amateur night at the Apollo Theater, and when she enters that contest, she wins it. And so a big band leader saw her and heard her actually perform at the Apollo and to win that amateur night, and so he took her in to meet the big band leader, Chick Webb, the drummer, and he said, Chick, you've got to hear this young lady sing. She can really blow. And so Chick said, I don't want a girl singer for my band. And so eventually he gave in, and so there Miss Ella was off to stardom.
Yeah,
yes.
and we're thankful she was.
Yes, we are.
You found some amazing women to portray Ella Fitzgerald as well.
Absolutely, absolutely. So I was at a friend's birthday party a few years ago, and so I was actually eating a hamburger, and up on the stage was Miss Sandy, just slaying it as Ella, and she was actually doing an Ella tune, and I said, oh my gosh, that's Ella Fitzgerald. So I had the show in the back of my mind, but I hadn't actually written it yet. But then when I saw Miss Sandy up there really slaying it on the stage as Ella, I said, that's my Ella. So I asked if I could meet her, and then we just took off from there.
What's it like for you to get to portray Ella Fitzgerald in this way?
I'm so excited to have this role again. I've been listening to Ella in my 20s, and I've been practicing and just obsessing over Ella's voice and her skill. Yeah. So when Sherri approached me for it, I said yes immediately.
Yeah.
And she sounds just like her.
I know,
she could
it's amazing.
Just like her. One of the key things for Miss Ella's voice is that she could sound like every instrument in the band. Mm-hmm. And so that works for Miss Sandy as well too. So she could sound like every instrument in the band.
But to be able to tell this story, you had to find people who were going to be able to do her in her early years as well.
Absolutely.
And that's where Miss Marcy comes into play.
That is where Miss Marcy comes into play. We had local auditions. We were looking for someone to play young Ella, and so Marcy walked in, and I was like, okay, that's my young Ella.
Yeah.
Let's see what she's got. Let's hear her. And so it worked out perfectly.
You don't have that much life behind you. What do you know about Ella Fitzgerald?
If I'm being honest, I didn't know much about her before coming onto this show, but ever since, I have been such a fan. She is truly an incredible woman with such an inspiring story, and I'm just very grateful that I get to be a part of a show that already had so much love behind it, and it's really just been something amazing to watch happen.
Well, we will have all the information so that you guys can see this show as part of Indie Jazz Fest as well, and there's a promo with this as well that we'll put on our website, lifestylelive.tv. It's at Marian University Theatre, but I want to let you two give us a little sneak peek of what we can expect from this show.
Okay. And you can cry me a river, cry me a river, 'cause I've cried a river over you.
Simply Ella.
Oh my gosh, that is amazing. Thank you all so much. Thank you for coming and sharing with us.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, and the work you guys do in spreading the word and doing shows that are good for everybody.
Absolutely.
I think it's amazing as well.
Thank you.
We'll have all the info on our website. Great job, ladies.
Thank you.
From Wish TV, this is Finding Faith. Be sure to like and subscribe to this podcast, and be sure to check out other great podcasts on the All Indiana Podcast Network. Online now at allindianapodcastnetwork.com.